Sponsored and promoted by Legit Paranormal.
Who'd you talk to? What's going on? It is me, Mike Leopard King Michael. This is Legit Paranormal Clips, brought to you by legitpodcast.com, Legit Paranormal. It is January 26th, 2023. That's 1262023. Let's see what we can get here. 2 times 3 is 6. Divided by 2 would be 3. 6 divided by 2 is 3 minus 1. I get ugats on gob. I get nothing for the math geeks. But if you are interested in the paranormal, Paranormal, if you're interested in it, we got you. We got you. That's like what my son will say. I got you. All right. I'm like, I get it, I guess. I'm hip somehow, somewhat. Joining me as always, buddy, Money. There. What's up, buddy?
Good evening, Mike. How we doing tonight?
Dude, I'm rocking and rolling. My vacation starts the minute this show ends.
Oh, yeah?
The minute this show ends, I put Daniel's show up on deck and I'm gone. You know, I don't know if the show, buddy, I don't know if do me a favor. Talk a little bit. I'll be back in a second.
Hi, this is Buddy of Legit Paranormal Podcast. Tonight's show is a really good show. We're going to show you some clips from investigations from one Memphis Empath Paranormal Society. What's his name? Murphy, Eric Murphy. Hopefully, God willing, he makes it this evening. We sent him the link. If not, we have his evidence and we're going to play it for you. It's some really good stuff. I hope you enjoy it. It's at a mortuary. Honestly, as a paranormal investigator, that is like the dream spot to go and investigate. I've been to dozens and dozens of wakes and funerals in my life. More so in the last few years where I've gone and have felt that, oh my God, I'm not alone feeling that. Like, you feel it in your chest, you feel it down your spine, you feel super uneasy. Every hair on your body stands up. Oh, my beard, my arm hair, everything just stands up on edge. That feeling like somebody, not just one person, but the energy of multiple people are just standing all around you. One such funeral I went to in Central Falls, Rhode Island last year was for a really good family, really good people that I knew. Their son died tragically at 23. It was in a small little funeral home in Central Falls, which anyone who doesn't know Central Falls, Rhode Island, it's like the smallest town in Rhode Island. It was an old mill village that basically became a town, and now it's waiting to get absorbed by one of the major cities that surround it. However, this little tiny funeral home in the middle of Central Falls is just like, it's like an old house in this old, quaint little neighborhood, and you don't think anything of it. You don't think haunting. You don't think ghosts walking in there. You go in there, you're just thinking about the family, why you're there, you know, the sadness that surrounds the occasion why you're there. And as you're standing there, like, just kind of taking things in, it just kind of like suddenly hits you, and you're like, oh my God, like that, that totally uncomfortable feeling. Like, I wish I had my recorder or my camera, or well, I got my cell phone, but it wouldn't be appropriate right now to pull it out and start doing a ghost hunt. But oh my God, a mortuary, a former funeral home is like probably on my top 10 places that I would like to investigate. I don't care about Eastern State. I don't care about all these. I don't care about that place out in Colorado that inspired The Shining. I want to go to like these like super small and creepy places.
Hey, buddy, I had to put the show up on the website. It wasn't showing, so I had to just fix it. That was pretty quick. I fixed it in like less than 2 minutes, and you talked about mortuaries.
So creepy, dude. Such a creepy experience to be there, and just to have that like feeling amongst like hundreds of people, and you have to get out. You just have to leave.
All right. So now we've been getting a lot of submissions from people. Okay. We got to make sure that they are sending it to the right email address, and it can't be like 40 minutes long. You'd agree, buddy, right? Because we'd have to, 40 minutes long.
Right. It'd be way too much. It'd be like 2/3 of the show, and it'd be a lot. It'd be a lot.
Yeah.
To download.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sitting out here outside of Caldor. They still haven't opened.
Fucking love Caldor, dude. Classic.
Buddy, they still haven't opened the doors. I don't know what's going on.
They're supposed to reopen Caldor. Did you hear that? Is it Caldor? Yeah. They're supposed to reopen Caldor, dude. I will run to the Caldors. And just like,
you remember
like the 1980s all over, except
I
I'm
miss
like
Thayer.
400 pounds.
You don't miss Thayer?
Thayer was good.
It became
Ames.
Then became
Ames.
Ames.
Oh my God. Child World, dude. Oh. Fuck.
The one in,
I miss all these like little stores.
The one in was it Lincoln that had the Thayer, or was it in Providence? The one in Providence.
Thayer was in like Johnston.
Providence.
On Hartford Ave, where where the BJ's gas station is now.
All right, but the toys and the bikes were always in the back left.
Oh yeah.
Of the building. You knew the kids wanted to go to the back left of the building.
Right.
All right, buddy. What do you want to show for clips first?
All right. Do you want to? I haven't. Eric isn't with us yet, so I don't know if you want to roll into do that general clip that you have, that the one that you found, or do you have something like?
Yeah. I have it's like a news thing, and let's see what they. I actually like to comment not only on the footage but the news people. So let's see this.
Happy Friday. It's almost Halloween, and who doesn't love a good ghost story to put us in the spooky spirit? This story is about a picture taken in Baltimore, and as Mike Shue shows us, whether you believe in ghosts or not, this may totally creep you out.
A Fells Point cornerstone, Bertha's, is famous for their food and drink, their bumper stickers, their altered stickers, and for this.
So do you talk to the ghost?
I do.
Every day?
Well, no, that was way back then.
Laura Norris is one of the owners. When working upstairs, she says she's felt its presence and even asked for safe passage.
And so I kind of stammered and said, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just going home. Bye-bye.
In fact, there's so many ghosts here in the wind.
With the tails up and their fur all bushy.
One ghost story follows another.
You can see that it actually was a face.
But it's one thing to talk about it, and quite another to see one.
Yeah, this is it.
Melissa Rowell gives ghost tours that start at Bertha's. Recently, one of her clients sent her this photo. Okay, no biggie, but look closely at the third floor window. What's that?
I haven't seen those pictures.
Here, let me point out a few things. The vague image of a little girl, her hands stretched out through the window. That's what people are seeing, and it coincides with a ghost story from here.
And people have seen the same little girl skipping in the other room.
Do you feel anything?
No. Do you?
I'm open-minded about it.
Tony is Laura's husband, the other co-owner. Ghosts? Sure. He's heard a lot of stories in his bar.
My friend Bob saw ghosts constantly. Well, he worked by himself upstairs.
too. It's definitely coming out of the window. You can see the building behind her hand. Yeah.
Who's the ultimate judge? You are. Ghost? Optical illusion? One thing's for certain. That third floor area is sealed off. No one was up there the night that picture was taken.
Ooh, you know what? I don't know about you. I'll say it. I do not believe.
Hey, I'm stuck in that guy's voice. I can't seem to separate myself from that guy's voice. Is it just a light or is it a trick of the mind? Only you can decide. And back to you. And she goes, ooh. All right. Wait. So I feel like it looked like no offense, but I guess there's offense. It looked like they picked the biggest wackaloon they could find and interviewed her in the middle of the street. What did it look like to you in the beginning?
She was a little bit flamboyant. However, you gotta bear in mind that the paranormal community, i.e., sometimes those who are have the ability to see and interact with, sometimes have eclectic personalities themselves. So
Wackaloons,
you would say, Mike. They might become offended by that. So I would say sensitives.
I would consider myself a wackaloon, so I don't know what the hell they.
I would go so far as to call you a wackaloon, Mike. Yeah.
Now, the building haunted. They're playing that up because they probably have no attractions in that town other than that hotel.
Maybe. I've seen similar kind of photographs. One was taken on Block Island. But maybe next week I can find that and have that presented in the Surf Hotel, which is on the main strip of Block Island. And the photographer was standing in the street, and they look up, and there's a woman right in the window. And it's like you can see right through her, and it's pretty cool. So I mean, I as an investigator, if I was investigating this case, I would want to try and recreate the event the best I could to excuse it. I would do it at night. I would make sure there's that light. It looks like a TV or a night light's on in the background. I would take photo, try to figure out what kind of camera was used, and try and dismiss whatever was.
My issue is this: they say that it's an image of a little girl reaching out, and then they say that it it matches up with a story of a little girl, blah 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 blah.
Yep.
I don't think it goes that way. I think it goes opposite. I think they know about the story of the little girl, and then they see the little girl.
Right
now, it has to go that way. Because I mean,
it doesn't have to be a little girl. It can be a woman.
I'm just saying they live in that little town. They know what happened in that hotel. Like, so they know that it was a little girl. Something happened, right? So right. I'm just saying. I'm not saying. To be completely honest, I can't tell you that wasn't real, fake. I can't tell you anything about that, but it did look like something in the window. But even just the way the news framed it, those people handle it.
Yeah, it looked like more for entertainment value than anything, to be honest with you.
All right, what do you want to show next?
Did you have any more videos like that are fun and on the news?
Yeah. This is a great one. The Bigfoot sighting. This one's a scary one. It's recent.
Doug Teague is walking his dog, Crazy Daisy, in the woods near his home when he has an encounter worth recording.
Looks like it's looking over top of that stuff. Look at it. He's moving. He's moving. Daisy, come here. Daisy, come here. The object was very black with a pretty silver sheen to it.
Doug, a Bigfoot enthusiast, says the creature resembled an 8-foot gorilla.
What is it?
Good question. The video is inconclusive. Let's get a closer look. It's not easy to see, but we can trace the outline of something sitting there through the trees. But Doug said the creature was doing much more before he started recording.
I heard a couple knocks.
Buddy, I had to stop right there for a second.
Okay.
Did you see that? Were you watching? Tell me you were watching. That is legitimately a gorilla or something else.
Fisher
I'm
cat,
being-
maybe. I've seen Fisher cats that they kind of
Watch-
resemble that. Could
No,
you
no,
show
no,
that
dude.
again really quick?
Watch it again. Watch how big the shoulders are, and then watch the head when it moves to the left. Just the skull of it.
Doug Teague is walking his dog, Crazy Daisy, in the woods near his home when he has an encounter worth recording.
Looks like it's looking over top of that stump. Look at it. He's moving. He's moving, he's moving, he's moving. Daisy, come here. Daisy, come here. The object was very black with a pretty silver sheen to it.
Doug, a Bigfoot enthusiast, says the creature resembled an 8-foot gorilla.
What is it? What is it? What is it?
Good question. The video is inconclusive. Let's get a closer look. It's not easy to see, but we can trace the outline of something sitting there through the trees. But Doug said the creature was doing much more before he started recording.
I heard a couple knocks. Just put it off as a woodpecker. Didn't think much about it. And then a rock was through that rolled down the hill. On to the right, there was loud grunts, numerous loud grunts.
Tales of large ape-like creatures lurking in the forest of western North Carolina are as common
to 6 feet apart. And when you think about that in comparison to the size of the animal that creates them, the animal would have to be around 15 foot tall to have a gait that long.
Eckersley says you can't tell the size of the creature in the video, so maybe it is that big. But she pointed out something curious. Listen, there's something we're not hearing.
If this was a Bigfoot, I would actually expect the dog who is with Doug to be really, really anxious. Dogs have an extraordinary sense of smell. So if this was something brand new, maybe something like a Sasquatch that had a totally different smell to a human, the dog would probably not be keeping quiet.
So if it's not a Bigfoot, what is it? Could it be a bear? Maybe. But
Buddy, that woman knows nothing about dogs. Nothing about dogs. Your mic's muted.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's not.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Listen to me. The dog would act up if it was a new species. The dog would act up if it was like a raccoon. What are we talking about here? What does that even mean? I have 2 dogs. If there was like a bear or anything over there, they freak out.
Right.
They freak out when they see other dogs. She's trying to this woman with red hair that's so red it's ridiculous is trying to tell us how dogs think. All right, I got to get her out of my head. Back
So
to
let me.
clip.
Can I?
The
Can
clip
I just
itself, though.
throw? Honestly, at first when they first showed they slowed it down through the trees. It almost looked like a dog. It almost looked like it had a snout, a head like a dog. When we could barely see it. When they drew around the outline around it, okay, I could maybe see the gorilla at that point. They kind of like the video itself is completely inconclusive as to what it might be, and this piece only seems to point people in the direction of Bigfoot. And the guy who had the experience is a Bigfoot enthusiast himself, so his mind is automatically going straight for Bigfoot. So I'm not sold as it stands.
So, all right, that still was when it turned, when the head turned at the very end of the clip.
Right.
It did not look like a bear's head, right?
No.
So, what is there a gorilla loose in this guy's woods?
I want to set up like wildlife cameras and just record.
But dude,
you know?
you saw the shoulders. You saw like the width of it, and then when you saw the head move, it wasn't a skinny head; it was a big head. So, what could that be? I'm being serious. What other animal could that be?
Wolverine.
Wolverines don't sit like that. They're not that.
I'm not a Wolverine expert.
I actually know a lot about Wolverines, and what are the other ones they called? Come on, a Wolverine is a
Like a fisher cat, like a fisher cat.
No. What's the other the other animal that you just don't want to mess with? Like you just
Chupacabra?
no, that's fake. Forget it. I'm trying to think of animals here. Wolverine is like a screw me. So next clip, buddy. What do you want to show?
All right, so I just got word from Eric that he is hung up at work and he's unable to make it this evening. However, I told him that we would play his clips.
Here we go.
And we'd send him the link.
What's first?
All right, so why don't we play the open? It's like a 20-minute clip, Mike. It just walks through the mortuary and talks about their experiences. Do you want to play that first?
All right, that's the one with
it's
we gotta
grainy.
Yeah, we gotta let everybody know that it looks like you're watching it in 64 pixels.
It's a smidgen, but it just kind of walks you through the building they're investigating.
There it is. Right there, it is.
Yep.
All right. Cool. You all right if we stay here or down here?
Yeah,
in the video. All right, there, buddy. I'm gonna make this bigger. I'm gonna hit play. I get the volume.
Yeah.
That's all the way.
Give it a few minutes and let a few people come in. We're actually on a location investigating tonight again. It's been an ongoing investigation for the last few weeks.
It's too quiet.
Yeah. All right.
Wait.
You want to do
Wait. No.
No. We've been working on this place for 2 weeks.
You got to get louder. Hold on. Watch.
But anyway, we're actually at a funeral home tonight. Now it's not a funeral home anymore.
Beauty parlor slash funeral home.
Yeah, it's a salon that was once a funeral parlor.
Great.
And anyway, some of the tenants here have actually had some pretty substantial experiences that they've actually got evidence to back up their claims. And so we decided that we wanted to, come in and investigate it. And last week, we did. We filmed it. And Ian, what do you think about it? Yeah, you can't wait to get it out and share it with everybody. I've been sharing some of the clips. What did they? No, it's not really bad. It's not really bad here. Now, I mean, last week.
It smells like carnation.
It does smell like carnations. But yeah, last weekend, I think I actually had to go outside. I mean, I was being affected that much that even a couple people actually looked at clips that I ran away from what was happening, and I wasn't running away, but it was pretty extreme, and I'm really anxious to. You can probably walk.
Yeah, let's get to where they're walking around.
Digital recorders, cat balls, millimeters, K2 meters, static detectors.
Cat's balls. You should watch.
But anyway, guys, we got one static camera we've already set up over here. Got some chargers plugged in so that we can be constantly charging batteries. This place loves to eat batteries. I think we had 8 batteries. Yeah.
That guy moves and talks silently.
Yep.
Yeah. So, just kind of give you an idea. So, we'll go completely dark. We got a full spectrum camera sitting up here, filming straight down the hallway.
I like his gear.
I'm going to grab a light. You grab a light?
I feel like they're gonna play laser tag.
Yeah, because I mean, it's pretty good on that. But anyway, guys, so we're gonna walk through, and in this in this hallway, we actually capture what appeared to sound like nothing. I mean, child giggling.
Oh, this is a full video.
Yes.
So pay attention to the bottom of the screen.
If you're here, can you make a noise? Make a noise for us so we know that you're here. So, 13 open? No.
I don't.
No, this is usually where I get all my anxiety right here in this spot.
It's like Mario Kart.
I was actually standing right here. I'll read. Very, very good question. We are headed to the middle of nowhere, Tennessee. We are actually headed to Old South Pittsburgh Hospital next weekend.
Oh.
What's that?
I think it's a laser grid, but I'm not sure.
He just pulled somebody over right in front of us.
What is? Is that a bed?
The cop outside.
Welcome
Yeah.
to Memphis. Welcome to Memphis.
A bed for
We're
who?
gonna walk back up.
I don't know, Mike.
I ain't sleeping on that bed.
I thought it was a salon, to be honest with you.
Wait, here it is.
No, they pulling a car over out there. They're down by the cell phone place. So, actually, this hallway, we have actually had some pretty crazy stuff right here in
Just
this
said
hallway.
he
that
just said
we've caught major
he said that before.
EMF spikes in here. That let me through here. Oh, I didn't see that. Hang on just a second.
I think you can. I think when you open it, it opens.
We put the cat back on.
I don't know what happened. Maybe they need some better lighting.
Really
Better lighting. All right.
There we go.
Bottom of the screen.
If it gets actually, if it's pixelated or whatever, just refresh it. I'm showing that we got good signal on our end, so just try to refresh, and that should clear it up.
I'm not refreshing.
Hello. It keeps trying to focus, but well, it's probably that light. Yeah. What? Oh yeah, I just heard it too. That actually came from right over here. Hello. Yeah, it sounded like a footstep, just one footstep. I heard it right in here. Hello? So one of the things is that this first room, if you look, you can actually see this stuff on the floor. And we're not sure what that is.
Yeah, what is that?
We're not real sure at all. But it just keeps coming up.
Looks like mud.
It might be mold.
It's down south. They got clay down there for that mud.
I would not go near anything like that.
Window
Right neighborhood, Florida.
Scared of that more than anything. Mold.
Mold is awful.
Mold will kill you.
Right, slowly.
You know that? Did you take the battery out of that?
Bullet
smoke
holes
detector?
in that door by chance. What is that?
I don't know. I doubt it.
I thought it was going. I was like,
It's filler, so
it's not bullet holes.
No. That's not a bullet hole.
it ain't chirping.
A bullet would destroy that wood. It wouldn't just go right through it.
Right, that's like particle.
Yeah, that's not. That wood's not. Trust me, that wood's exploding when the bullet is.
The older doors.
You're gonna get a hole about the A big. Here's
So
this is a scene.
The one thing that we did see, well, we didn't see it till we actually got home and reviewed the footage, but it was right here in this hallway. Now,
He keeps bringing up the hallway.
one thing the client did tell us was that actually a medium had actually warned her about the actual room that she's in. That's a big room that we were actually just in. And that room is actually, she warned her of a dark spirit in there. We actually captured some shadow movements in there, but we have not actually debunk it. And we're going to go back through it and just double check it before we actually show it. Because we want to make sure it's 100% legit and not.
I like that word.
Our shadows being cast.
Legit, he said.
Oh yeah, they're on the right show, Mike.
Exactly. Although I feel like I'm using
Kind of
Donkey
walkthrough,
Kong.
guys.
Yeah.
We didn't want to stay on long tonight, but we wanted to come on about that, especially about that video that we did and dropped last night. I mean, we had a really good
All right, they just talk more about the video, buddy.
We should play those videos that they're talking about. The first one, maybe do the first full speed one where the guy is talking about getting sick.
Is this one, second one?
Yeah.
I need to go outside. I need to go outside.
There's smoke in the air again.
I gotta get outside. Hey, I gotta go. I gotta get outside.
All right. So what I'm seeing is, I guess, there's something in the front, like a shadow that follows him when he moves.
It's as he's moving, it seems like it's either moving or he's and it seems like it's about 3 or 4 feet high off the ground. If I had to guess, from saying he's an average 6 feet tall.
No, dude. By the way, the average size of a man is not 6 feet. Did you know that?
An average man is what, about 5'6", Mike?
They're like 5'7" or 5'8", I think.
I'm like 6'4", Mike, so I just like everybody else's.
You know, you might be taller than that because I have the Quest 2, you know, the goggles, you go in the whole thing.
Yeah.
So we just got it. Like we've been sharing it with my sister-in-law. And to do the sports thing, you have to put it on, and you have to stand there. You have to touch the top of your head and then touch the ground, and then do your wingspan.
Yep.
And it gives you your height and wingspan in inches and then in centimeters.
Wow.
And here's the thing. So whenever someone asks me how tall I am, what do I always say?
Like 5'8", right?
Are you serious?
5'11". 5'11", Mike. I don't know.
I always say 6 feet, right? Wait, you're laughing, but my wife knows. My wife knows the truth. I measure in at 6'1".
Wow.
I've always measured at 6'1". It's 6. I'm 6 feet in like 3/4 inches. It's like, so I've rounded down. Like I don't want to say 6'1" because I'm not yet. And you know what I mean? I'm not 6'1". I'm 6 feet, but it measures me as 6'1". And my wingspan, by the way, is 6'4".
Your wingspan.
Yeah. You know what your wingspan is?
Yeah, like you're fucking Batman or something.
No. Listen, dude. I know you're getting me off topic, but I don't give a shit. This is our show. Check me out. Right. As a boxer, your wingspan is very important. And technically, when you put your arms out completely straight from
like
fingertip,
Jesus,
listen to me.
Measuring like Jesus. Okay.
So you measure like this, from fingertip. They do it for boxers and any kind of fighter. From fingertip to fingertip, it should be the exact height.
That's all you are, right?
Yeah, right. So some people have shorter arms.
Right.
Their wingspan's shorter. Some people like a Giannis, right, from the Milwaukee Bucks. His wingspan's stupid. Like it's like of a 7'5" guy. Like it's just, some people have arms that are just ridiculously long, right? and I have long arms, so when I did the wingspan thing, it was like a wingspan of almost 6'4". I'm like,
Jesus.
I have long ass arms. Like I always had. I knew I had long arms, but I was like, wow, that would be great as a boxer to have arms long, that much longer than you.
Fantastic. Swing those big old fucking arms in there and punch.
Like
them out.
Ali. Like Ali's wingspan was long, so he could hit you out of here, and you couldn't even get near him. Anyways, I'm off topic, but so I saw that, and I don't know. Look, they seemed like they were there, and they went through a bunch of horrific things, or not horrific, but things that shook them up because the smoke. I don't know what the smoke was about. But the problem I have, only problem issue I would say with that footage is that he turns, and the shadow kind of turns, and because he goes out farther back, it would make the shadow drop. He wouldn't have a full shadow if he turned. You would see at the level. You know what I mean? If he's walking backwards, I wish he was on the show because I want to know when he turned. Did he just turn and walk away, and that's when they got that footage? Because then to me, it's like he turns, the shadow follows him. Farther he gets away, the shadow drops.
They did slow it. They did slow it way down though. So I don't know.
I gotta do it again.
I need to go outside. I need to go outside.
There's smoke in the air again.
I gotta get outside. Hey, I gotta go. I gotta get outside.
All right. The question is, where do they start slowing that down? Because when he says, I got to go outside, he leaves. There's a shot of the door.
Yep.
Do they start slowing it down as he's leaving? Is he turning as that's in slow motion?
The cameraman, yeah, I think the camera, because then there's I think we had a video from. I'd have to go grab it and bring it up, but I think we have a video from like right after the incident, where the guy who has to leave, the guy follows him, and then they do a piece out there. Let me see if I can grab that really quick.
I'm gonna just show this again though.
I need to go outside. I need to go outside.
There's smoke in the air again.
I gotta get outside. Hey, I gotta go. I gotta get outside.
So that starts when he's already turned. He's already started to make his turn because it's a still shot of
And
the
honestly, right before she says or he says there's smoke in the air, you can see in the flashlight. I'm not saying it's smoke, but there's definitely a film.
Dust particles getting caught by like a flashlight.
All right, so I am a big proponent for shooting down orbs and stuff like that, and saying it's dust particle. That's a lot of dust particles in one concentrate. There's a lot of concentration of dust particles in that one area. I'm not saying it's not smoke. I'm not saying it's not dust particles. I'm not saying it's not Mary Poppins farts. It's just
it looked like smoke.
There is a film in the air. There is something there. There is something visually like filtered almost.
It looked like smoke, if you want my opinion.
Yeah.
And he generally seems scared.
Right.
Now, I just have I guess I don't have an issue, but I guess if I was going to try to say like what could it be? I just thought it was his shadow, but I'd have to hear from him how he turned, what happened, because then it makes more sense. Like if he's completely out of the picture, what makes that shadow go across? And
yeah, right.
And the way it went across was odd, right? Because it went across as if it was turning the corner with them.
Yeah, it didn't look. Honestly, it didn't. I don't get a head out of it. I don't know if I get an arm. It's rounded at the top, but
did you say you don't get a head out of it?
I don't like see a head. No, I don't see like a head necessarily, any appendage of a body. It's just honestly, it looks almost, it could be like an arm like arced over. It's definitely something moving that's shadowy. And I'm assuming this guy is much taller than the shadow projects. So I don't know. I'm not really sure what it is. And the air quality and the fact that the guy was getting sick, that's another common thing amongst both investigators and sensors and mediums. You get that really bad sick feeling in your stomach, that nausea, that dizziness, that awful feelings.
Hey,
So,
do me a favor though. Don't ever say shadowy again. It looks shadowy.
Shadow-esque.
Yeah, like shadowy. What the hell? All right.
Shadow-esque.
What would you like to go to next?
Do we have another one from them? One more. It's the
wait a minute. I'm sorry, buddy. Just got word from the producer. We have to show a video from one of our sponsors. We are sponsored now by highharvest.net.
Yeah,
the only place to get legal edibles and have them tailored to you. And we're also being sponsored now, buddy, by this show. I don't know if it's puppets or whatnot, but this is
real funny. Hey, how you doing? It's me, Vinny the Cop. You know, roommates with little Tommy Tools. Vinny the Cop. Anyways, I'm gonna go over some of the Italian-American words that I would like to address phonetically. Guy, that's like a 50 cent. Did he already say that? All right, here we go. Again. Guma. That's like your girlfriend, guy. You know, on the side. The girlfriend on the side, guy. Do I have to explain that any further, guy? You have to understand that, right, guy? Next word. Straw. And then I spelled it differently. Jort. I did it like fancy with the, I put the fancy dots. And then I did jort. G-A-W-T. So straw, jort. Either way, guy, that's like a slut. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. Strajot. She's a strajot. Oh my God, guy, what's up? You didn't go out with that girl, did you, guy? What do you mean? She's a strajot. Strajot. Jot. It's like a slut. Anyways, last word. Abutan. That's like a slut. It's one of my favorite words. Here's how I say it. Abutan! That's like if she's a strajot, but she's even worse. So if you took like 10 strajots and added them together, you might get a butan! You know what I'm saying? Either way, it means that she's a slut. So anyways, those are my 3 words that I wanted to add. Guma, which is like a girlfriend that, well, really, basically a slut. Strajot. Slut again. Abutan. Major slut. Well, I hope you enjoyed the words. This is me, Vinny the Cop. I can take care of that.
That's tremendous, Mike.
buddy. What is going on with this website and channel?
I've heard about Uma before. I've seen Goodfellas and all the Italian mob movies, but the other 2 I wasn't familiar with. So that's always a nice lesson in Italian.
I'm wondering, did a puppet just tell us and teach us Strajot, Abutan, and what was the other one?
Guma.
So did we just get taught words like that by a puppet?
I guess so, Mike. I don't know.
Buddy, you know what? You don't know what we're gonna do next, because we don't quite know what we're gonna do next. What would you like to show, bud?
I believe that Eric had one more clip for us. It's what was it? It's the shadow. It's the room with the bright light and stuff.
What was it?
I don't know.
Blue?
Oh, I didn't see it.
Huh?
I didn't see it. I didn't see it. That don't mean it's not there. It just means I didn't see it. Ew.
What was it?
I don't know.
Blue?
Oh, I didn't see it.
Huh?
I didn't see it. I didn't see it. That don't mean it's not there. It just means I didn't see it. Ew.
Oh, okay, I see that.
I don't. All right, you got to explain that to me because the lights changed multiple times. I don't know. I didn't know what I was looking at.
All right, so I think it's the same clip, and it's just offered in different spectrums. I'm interpreting it the right way. In the second spectrum, the first spectrum is just two guys in a room, one with a camera and a light. The other guy doing something, and he sits down, and they're bullshitting. And the second is the same thing, and the phone goes off. The second is the same thing, but when the guy sits down, it looks at first like there's like a second of him sitting with him, which I think that's totally explainable. I think that's just an anomaly of.
I thought the big thing was the really black thing inside the guy.
No, that's inversed. So the light spectrum was inversed. So the light, which would appear white under normal circumstances, when they invert the color and the light scheme, it changes everything to opposite. So white would appear as black.
Right,
so you pick up on shadows. Honestly, so when the guy sits down, there's a little bit of a
let's do it again.
Like a double of him almost sitting down with him. I think that's explainable. What I don't think is as explainable is towards the last 10 seconds of the video, it seems like there's something moving to the right of the guy sitting down on the right.
We're gonna watch the guy sitting.
What was it?
I don't know.
Blue?
Oh, I didn't see it.
Huh?
I didn't see it. I didn't see it. That don't mean it's not there. It just means I didn't see it. Ew.
What was it?
I don't know.
Blue?
Oh, I didn't see it.
Huh?
I didn't see it. I didn't see it. That don't mean it's not there. It just means I didn't see it. Ew.
Yeah, I don't know, man. So I didn't see it now. What I said was, I see the double of him almost sitting down. I think that's completely explainable as just like a shadow seen in an inverted light.
I didn't see anybody extra. Like I don't know.
No, when we played it the second time, there wasn't the anomalies that I think was just like the light just moving. Honestly,
we're gonna have to have him on the show.
Yeah, it would be definitely better to have.
And I'm going to rerun his clips really fast, and he can give us the take on it because I'll be quite honest. I'm just not seeing anything. So that's not that there's nothing
right.
there.
Maybe you could just point it out and give us a point to look at.
Because you know what? Want to know what's funny is our witch Roxanne.
Yeah.
She actually watched our last clip show, and she heard something in the clip that we didn't pick up. That's
which one? And which clip was it? One of Maggie?
I don't remember. You know me, doing a million things all day. I don't know what clip it was, but so like what we're watching, me and you, right now. There's people that are going, Yeah, it's right there. There's something there. This is what it is. And maybe we're just not seeing it.
Right.
All right. What would you like to see next?
Let us go to it says case 10 EVP video 25. We can do that one. This is a Ocean State paranormal video.
Don't tell me what I'm looking for. Do not tell me what I'm looking for. Ready?
I said check it because it's
Definitely,
it's
definitely
much
on,
colder than the rest of my body.
Take another picture. Flash.
And every now and then I could feel on this hand right here.
I'm going to take a picture of you too.
We'll keep going.
When it works.
The chair that we heard has a tendency to move. It's one I heard the other night. So.
Flash. Or Jared.
Wait a minute. Who's that woman?
All right, so the woman that says Flash is Catherine, and then the one that says poor Jared is not anybody that we can explain. The rocking chair that he's sitting in, about 3 days prior to this investigation, I was at the house. I was interviewing the client, the guy who owned the house, who's related to the drummer from Kilgore. So they talked about this chair that was in the infant's room that they used to hear rocking. They'd get up and they'd find it moving on its own, right? While we were talking about it, we stopped it's like, what's that noise? It's like, kind of like a rocking chair. We got up, we went in that room. It was just me and him in the whole apartment, and the damn rocking chair was moving. So immediately we went back in that room and we investigated in that room, and the following two clips are from that room, both of the same.
So wait a minute. What was the guy's name sitting in the rocking chair?
Jared.
So
he felt like something was cold on his leg.
Oh, he felt cold, and someone says something, and then some woman says, "Poor Jared," and that woman is not in your group. How many women were in that room?
Oh, there was one. It was Catherine, who says Flash.
All right, but the voice sounds the same to me. Flash sounds like the same voice as. I'll do it again. DVP 25, right?
I said check it because it's
Definitely
much
on,
colder than the rest of my body.
Take another picture. Flash.
And every now and then I could feel on this hand right here.
I'm going to take a picture of you too.
We'll keep going.
When it works.
The chair that we heard has a tendency to move. It's one I heard the other night. So.
Flash. Or Jared.
Wait, stop. When did she say Flash?
She was saying Flash as she was taking pictures.
All right.
So she said Flash. She takes
But
the picture, and within 2 seconds it says poor Jared.
that's the end of the film. Like it ends with her saying Flash, and then a voice says poor Jared, and it cuts off.
All right. So throughout the clip, it said you can hear Catherine say, "I'm going to take some pictures." It's like, all right, I'm going to keep talking, and you hear her say Flash.
Oh, all right. I didn't hear her. That's it. I didn't hear her say Flash.
You hear it.
I said check it because it's
Definitely
much
on,
colder than the rest of my body.
Take another picture. Flash.
And every now and then I could feel on this hand right here.
I'm going to take a picture of you too.
We'll keep going.
When it works.
The chair that we heard has a tendency to move. It's one I heard the other night. So.
Flash. Or Jared.
All right, wait, help me here, man. This is your group.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hear her anybody say Flash, but you.
Right.
And then,
all right. So I say in the beginning, right.
And at the end, she says it. At the very,
right
very
Flash
end.
on the bottom says EVP reveals. It says Flash. You hear Catherine say Flash. You hear her camera click, and then you hear poor Jared.
So all right. So that's in real time. In other words, you put that thing there. EVP reveals. You didn't go back and play something. You played it out.
That's how it was going on, and
right.
I added EVP reveals when it was time to hear the EVP.
What was said after poor Jared?
It was just conversation. Actually, the next EVP is in the same room.
You know what I would do next time, though, dude? I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
Leave in the rest of the conversation, so that we can pick that voice out. because the way that it ends, it almost sounds like the same voice because it ends on Flash, poor Jared. I'm gonna do it one more time. I'm sorry, but
I said check it because it's
Definitely
much colder than the rest of my body.
Take another picture. Flash.
And every now and then I could feel on this hand right here.
I'm going to take a picture of it too.
Keep going.
That is works.
The chair that we heard has a tendency to move. It's one I heard the other night.
Flash. Hi, Jared.
sounds like the same voice, dude. Swear to God.
It does have the same tone, but
It sounds like it mocked her. Like if you're telling me she didn't say it, if you're telling me you know she didn't say that, then whatever said it was mocking her.
It did sound like it was like, oh, poor Jared. Like
it sounded like it was imitating her voice
poor
too.
little guy's cold. You know, it did. It did. The next one's
so, buddy,
the next one's in the same room.
That's kind of scary what you got there. And the thing is, I've seen you do it to me. Once we picked up a voice, so I believe you when you say you heard it. The other thing too is my wife is really angry that we've yet to see any clips of us on the Salem. That you have not sent us a single clip. Like she heard a child's voice, and you can't send her that clip. She wants to hear it. She wants to
I
hear.
gotta dig up my shit from the Salem. I gotta get on that. I hear you.
And then
work.
And then when I heard there's stuff about me, like why would you not? If there's anything mentioned about me, why would you not clip that? And just, you know what I mean? Like even if there's a ghost like Lepre stinks, that would be awesome.
That'd be great. Yeah,
that would be one of my favorites ever. If I was like on there and then it says EVP reveals Lepre stinks.
That'd be great. Yeah, that'd be great.
I'm haunted by some angry Italian ghost. All right, here's the next one, buddy. What is it?
So the next one is it right above it? It says case.
No, I know, but ready?
Yeah.
Before you were married? Oh, God, yeah. Yeah. Before I even knew Jess. No more.
But the babies could have.
All right.
So, context to this story. We're in the infant's room. It's myself. It's the homeowner. And we have the Ovillia set up in front of us. The Ovillia.
It's just you two. There's only two people in the room.
Right. The
No
Ovillia.
girls. No women.
No women.
All right.
Jared and Catherine had gone. This was a 2-tenement apartment building, and it had a basement. So I believe they were in the basement while the owner and I were upstairs in the infant's room, where they had the most activity. Whether it was the first child or the second child, that one room they had the most activity. So we're playing the Ovillius, which we'll just spout out random words. And I had done a full investigation of this house. A lot of Italian immigrants. Honestly, it was from Silver Lake and Providence.
What did
and I
you say?
know a lot of almost all the people who had lived there. It was one Italian family for 3 generations, and the history was very well documented. The Ovillia said Mary, and the client looks at me. He's like, "You know anything about Mary?" I'm like, honestly, I'm thinking back at the history. I don't remember anything in the history of anyone living here by the name of Mary. I'm like, I start randomly pulling out names from the history, and he's like, my Nana's name was Mary, and we start bullshitting, and the Ovillius then says grandmother, and so that's what we're talking. I started asking him questions about how long his grandmother passed. Was it before he met his current wife at the time? So it was like 12 years ago. So she had not like when she was alive, he didn't live at this place. He lived with his parents at the time. So now other people had visually seen an older woman sitting in the corner of that room. Another woman was putting the baby down into the crib and felt as she was looking down at the baby, she felt a presence standing next to her, like Like she's like, I looked out of the corner of my eye, saw an older woman put her hand over my shoulder, and we were both like looking into the crypt together. So
Hey.
there was already that talk of that older female presence in the room. We just hadn't identified it yet. But
Can
that
I,
seemed pretty convincing.
All right,
It
can
might
I
have been his grandmother. Go
can I
ahead.
make two things?
Please do, go ahead.
One, stopping the audio where you catch the woman's voice.
Right.
I want to hear it afterwards, where there's
Right.
just guys. You know what I mean? Because that'll make it creepier.
This is 2014, so yeah, okay, that's fine.
I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean, like in context. Secondly, did you ever use spell check? It says what? Watch it. It says when's. Whenabouts.
Whenabouts.
What does that mean?
That thing whenabouts. When about she passed.
All right, but you could have choose better words than that. Whenabouts.
Again, Mike, 2014, the beginning almost of my Ocean State paranormal career. So,
But still, I mean,
I've evolved a little bit.
so you have caught some voices.
Tremendous, Mike. Tremendous.
Apparently, yeah, because if it's way back then, and I know you're still hearing them now, that's a lot of voices there, guy. That's a lot of voices. So check this out. So where I live now, I live, like 3 houses, all within walking distance, right? Used to live in the blue house. That's when my babies were born, and my dad used to come. So now my dad lived next door. My dad, you know how there's like different versions of people? Like, in other words, if you're going to make like the buddy action line of figures, you'd have like drunk buddy, you'd have like this buddy, like there's all like there's different people within one
there
person.
are various variations of Buddy
Right?
Thayer.
That's what I'm saying. Like there's different versions of every person. Like with me, you could make so many different dolls that it's crazy. But anyways, if you made dolls for my dad, the Papa doll was the nicest of the group. Like he was never happier than when he was retired and I had twins and he could come over.
Right.
So he would come over every day and he'd always be like, am I bothering you guys? And we're like, no, you're helping us out. Like he'd come over, he would do their laundry. They were everything to him. Like it was a big deal. And he would always come to the side door, right? And he'd look in the window, and eventually they'd see him, and they'd start screaming, "Papa!" And he'd come in. And then one time it was their birthday. I think they were like 1 or 2, and in walked him, my mom, and then my wife's mom and dad. And of course, the kids go, "Papa!" and run right past every other grandparent to my dad, right? So now the guy that lives there now comes up to me about at the end of summer and says, I got to ask you something. He goes, whenever I'm in the kitchen, I always swear I see like a guy staring in the side door.
Yeah.
I go, yeah? He goes, I get the feeling that I get someone staring at the side door, and I don't think he's like really tall. Like it's, and I don't know if he wants to, if he's mad at me or whatnot. And I was like, my dad used to go to the side door all the time. And he's like, oh. I go, that's where he would like look in to check on the babies. And he says to me, I didn't want to tell you, but I kind of felt like it was your dad. Wow. And I'm like, well, that would be a place where he would go, right? But let me tell you this. I said to him, there's no need to be in any fear. If anything, my dad was just checking on your kids and watching them play at the worst. Like, you know what I mean? That's what's going on there. So when he told me that, I was like, wow. Like, buddy, I have so many different paranormal events that have happened to me that I just don't tell people, that just kind of come out as time goes on, right? But that's how I am with that stuff. You know, you keep it in, you don't tell people. But that was like a weird surf that the guy would roll up on me with, right? Because I know what he was talking about. The minute he started talking about the fact that he felt like someone was staring at him from that side door, dude, I was like,
awesome. No, that's really awesome, dude. That's great.
I'm like, I know who that is. You know what I mean?
Right.
I know who would do that. But all right. Before we wrap up this show, look, tomorrow night is Daniel Benoit and the whole Bigfoot explosion. That show is phenomenal, right? Buddy,
Yeah, that's incredible, dude, what he's doing.
Buddy, we have just finished, if I'm correct. Tomorrow we will finish our second straight week of programming from Sunday to Friday. Am I correct?
Yeah, dude. We're just Saturdays, no work on Saturdays. That's our Sabbath.
And you know what? I'll tell you this much, right? It's a lot of work, what we're doing right now, but it's gonna be worth it. Not monetarily, but good times, buddy. We're gonna have
legit hobbies, man. Legit good times.
We're gonna meet some great people. We're gonna have some great events. Seriously, that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to that. Like, you know what I mean?
Man, the bus thing, man. I cannot wait to get on a bus with Franks and Ellie, dude. We get hammered on Black Island. Oh my God.
We got some stuff in store. Now, before we let everybody go, we would be doing everybody a disservice if we did not give our picks for the 2 football games this weekend. Buddy, I had people comment on my picks for the week for the year. They went back and watched all the shows to try to prove me wrong. Right? I had one guy who was like, you never good. He went back and listened to all, like, the end of the shows, of all the end of all the shows.
Yep.
I came out between 60 and 70 something percent. Just like I said, right? Around 7 out of 10, dude. That's the truth. Like, the locks that we gave, like, whatever we did, whatever. You know that I was hot with I can't wait for the USFL and XFL. Me and you gonna run that. Like, that podcast we do for those 2 leagues, we're gonna run that. I started off 19-2 last year in that league. You can go back and look it up. So did I give you enough time to look at the spreads?
I didn't look at the spreads. No.
Right, here we go. San Francisco goes to Philly, the armpit of America. Philly is favored by 2.5. Now, buddy, can I go first?
Please do, Mike. Because I know you have a lot of emotion in this.
The Eagles are a very good team, right? They're a very good team. They're pop, they're flash. Everything happens fast. The offense is predicated on that. The Giants just didn't have enough talent on defense to even keep up. However, the 49ers defense is a defense that will be up for the task and will provide a type of football where people get lumped up and Ertz gets hurts. You know what I'm trying to say? If he gets lumped up on that shoulder, then we get a problem, Houston. So I don't know how Brock Purdy has been pulling this off, but how do you not like the 49ers? They look like the best team in football right now. I mean, I know the Eagles had a great performance, but let's keep in mind that my and your New York Football Giants were just happy to be where they were. That's the truth. Like, we got a lot of things. Same thing with the Dolphins. We had great runs. It was a great run. No, it wasn't. We can be happy for it, dude, right? We weren't out of it by week 5.
Right.
I thank them for the season. I honestly do. Thanks for taking me all the way there. But we know they weren't that good. So I love the 49ers getting the points. I think they went outright. But go ahead. Who do you like?
Wow. After like the ass kicking the Eagles gave to the Giants, your New Jersey Giants last week, Mike. You got to wonder what kind of game they're going to bring to San Francisco, who has a much, like you say, much better defense. Their offense is much better stacked than the lowly Giants. While the Giants showed up and played, they just couldn't handle the Eagles. I honestly, the points aren't that great of a difference. I'm going to go the Eagles flying high, EAGLES, Eagles this week.
All right. I'm sorry that you're wrong. I wanted you to be right this time, but you picked the wrong team. Now, the other side, buddy, Cincinnati travels to Kansas City. Kansas City saved by 1.5. Who do you like?
Cincinnati really showed their muscles when they completely destroyed the Bills and deflated the Bills. All the energy that was going into the Bills game and all the hype around Josh Allen and his perfect offense just absolutely fell to shit against a really solid Bengals defense and even more the Bengals offense has been hurt all year and they've been on and off again. But oh my God, the last 5-6 weeks they have been on fire. Patrick Mahomes, who is going to play this week. I don't know. He hasn't been as consistent as he's been in the past. That defense hasn't. I don't know. They just don't seem as motivated as they've been before. While they're playing good football, I'm going to go ahead and pick the Bengals.
So you're taking the points plus 1.5, and you're betting the money line because you like them to win.
Yes.
All right. Now to make things quick, I 100% agree. Joe Burrow right now in the Bengals are one of those teams you can see that have caught fire, and they're gonna win. You can see that they're gonna get to the Super Bowl. The Bengals right now. If you've been following the last couple of weeks, but buddy, what I'm sorry about is the opposite team of them that's doing the same thing is not the Philadelphia Eagles. They've been up, down, up, down, up, down. It's the San Francisco 49ers who over the last couple of weeks have started to dominate teams. They're so physical. This is a defense that changes games. And the Eagles, like I said, are quick. Everything's going to be quick. When you're getting hammered, it's a different story. I like both upsets. I like both money line upsets. 49ers, it's going to be a repeat of Super Bowl. 49ers and Bengals. That's what I like. All right, buddy, that wraps it up.
Right.
I am now officially on vacation. I'm going to put the link in for Dan's video. Tomorrow night is the Bigfoot show. Make sure you watch it. I'll be watching it from somewhere undisclosed. As far as Sunday night show, I may be doing it from a bizarre location, but I'll let you know.
Fun.
So, anything else before I wrap it up?
No, Mike. Nothing at all.
All right. Well, you know what? For Buddy Money, there it is. Me, Mike Lepre. This was Legit Paranormal Clips brought to you by LegitPodcast.com. We will see you tomorrow night at 9:05 with Dan Benoit and the Bigfoot Experience.